and welcome back. Today we'll be talking about Christian principles that sometimes it's okay to say no as a Christian. As much as sometimes, you know, you may come across as, imagine alikata kukuja wedding yetu.
Imagine anaringa.
So yeah, about saying no as a Christian, why is it that we take it so tunaichukulianga vibaya? Christian akisema no, I can't do it. And sometimes with no explanation. Why is it that we take it to heart? Like, how can you be a Christian and you refuse to come for my child's birthday? Yeah.
Hey, I think people probably have different misconceptions of who Christians are or who believers are. Yeah. And probably the ceiling is putukoju for us. You know, like we are, it's called words. Like we don't make mistakes. No should never come out of our lips or our mouth, you know, but it's okay to say no. At times it's even imperative to say no, you know. You could be saying no based on your values and principles, based on the belief system that you have, you know. And I think it's proper. That's a balanced Christian to me. That's a balanced believer.
But something like a birthday, it's not compromising your faith. My 3-year-old is having a birthday. I've invited you, Mercy. You've said, oh,
but maybe I don't feel like. Why should they come? It's not compulsory I come for your birthday, for your baby's birthday, unless we're really close and very tight. But still, that doesn't, you know, defeat the fact that I must come. I remember there's a time I was having my birthday. Yeah, my birthday now, and I shut off everyone. Like I didn't want anyone to be. Yes, I didn't want anyone to be around me because I was thinking this is a momentous time for me. I was telling a particular age. It's so momentous. People are calling me. I'm thinking I don't want to be called. I don't want anything. I just say no. I just want to connect and just, you know, internal and reflect, introspect my life and my journey and where I'm going. And some people took it to be biased, but I mean, you know, at times we shouldn't be accountable to other people's feelings concerning us. I mean, live your life and enjoy the journey. Say no. Yes. Yeah.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 7 says, let your yes be yes, and let your no be no. So it is okay for you to have a stand. It is okay for you to say, you know, I don't want to come. And you need to respect that. You need to respect that. People need to have their own space. Yeah. But as I said, I see this thing more of ladies than a Jamaz. No, this is just my take. Because I look around, I look around and I wonder, now you're seated there, I'm seated there, whining at, you know, I had a function, my son's function, so and so did not turn up.
Let's twist it. Let's say there's a big business proposal that probably somebody's coming to bring to you. Worth billions and billions,
Now you're
that is going to advance the kingdom.
Now you're speaking. Yeah. Somebody, but the part is really, I'm not so sure. Yeah, come on, yes. Now you're speaking.
Yes.
Now that one, you might feel a bit let
somehow.
down.
Yeah,
you might feel a bit, you know, stretched and unwanted.
Yeah.
Or you feel this person doesn't really care. Yeah. But again, the most important and critical thing is try to find out the reasons behind it. You see, many times we tend to judge people at face value, or we tend to have perceptions on such situations on face value. It's important for you to first analyze how comes you didn't make it. And you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked that the perceptions you had were not actually true. It could be this person was sick, or this person was discouraged, or they had so much work to do and they simply could not create time. So for me, I think what would be important is just try to find out what transpired that you didn't make it. Yeah.
Okay. And even as much, I you know, as much as you want to try, you know, find out what transpired. Let's take, for example, like Mercy's case. She just didn't want to be around. It was such an important time for her during her birthday. She wanted to reflect and she wanted to be alone. She basically wanted alone time. What if you find out that, anyway, the reason why Mercy was not feeling that whole idea of a bash was because Mercy wanted me time, you know? And it's kind of hard to explain that sometimes, especially in an African society. Ati mbono kukuja mimi nataka me time.
It's like Jesus. You know, Jesus had so many solitude times. In fact, I think there's a time he had his disciples, and then the disciples tell him, people are looking for you. Yeah? And he kind of like told his disciples no, you know, and went to another place. Yeah. So I'm just thinking, if Christ himself could say no, like who are we as believers or anyone else who's watching this will be able to say no?
Yeah, and I think sometimes you don't actually owe an explanation
Thank you.
unless you are very close with that person. You really don't need to explain some situations, because when you go now to explain, it might even make things worse. Like I've said, that situation of why didn't you come? Me, I wanted alone time. Alone time? You know, it may lead someone to go like, there's something, you know, there's something here that's, I mean, sometimes you don't really need to go as far as explaining if they're not very close to you. If you guys have a close relationship, you'll actually tell them, listen, I actually want a time out. And if that person is really your friend, what I get, what I understand. But if it's a situation whereby you guys are not exactly that close and you decide, you know what? I don't need to explain. The same way you don't explain yes. Ukambio, can I come do 1, 2, 3? Can we do 1, 2, 3? You say yes because I think no. Nobody explains yes. So why should you explain no?
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally
like to
agree.
find
It's a
out
free world.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I'd say it's a free world.
Yeah.
Whether you want to turn up for that function or not.
So I want to find
That's up to you.
Becher, since you're married, and so do you say no to your wife sometimes?
Yes,
Okay.
sometimes.
Sometimes.
Underline the word. Underline the word.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And even as a pastor.
And how you say it,
Yeah.
how you say it really matters. How you say it. Again, as I mentioned, you don't just tell somebody no. It's just how you say it. Really, really matters.
So
and depending on how close this person is. The more closer the person is, you may want to give an explanation. But if somebody is far, you just tell them, thank you very much for that consideration. I have this and that commitment, maybe another day.
Yes.
Okay.
And even as a pastor,
Yeah.
maybe you've been invited for something and you don't feel compelled to do it. No,
Yeah.
katae kwenda.
Very rarely have I said no to some invitations. This is simply because, for me, I try to look at the crowd. I look at the soul. So I'm asking myself, I have, let me be honest, and this is not good, but I have strained myself at times and I've stood before people and preached. Not because I was so up to it, but because I'm looking at the end product, the goal. So this is a person who's, I will have this guy seated there, they may be confused or they're looking for answers, and you have the solution. You have that message specifically for them. But there are times that I've said no, when you just feel I think I can't take it anymore. Like as we speak, I'm on leave. As we speak, I'm on leave. It's not that there is work. There is work, but I just had to say no. I need to take a break and relax. So there are times when you will say no. Yes.
All right then. So that sums it up for us today. That it is okay to say no. It is okay to refute to certain things, even as much as you're a Christian. We sometimes tend to judge each other very harshly and, you know, sort of feel like we are being rejected or we are rejecting other people. But it's okay to say no. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. We'll see you next time.
Woo.